The Council's mistake. The great chamber of the Galactic Council was burning, not with fire but with panic. Ambassador Vexthor slammed his clawed hand on the stone table. His voice shook with fear. "They are coming. The humans are coming for us all." Council leader Zarnok tried to stay calm, but his 3 eyes kept blinking. A bad sign. "Impossible. Humans are weak. They have no power." They destroyed Battlefleet 7, Vexthor screamed. His voice echoed through the massive hall. 5,000 ships. Gone, all gone. The other council members froze. Some started whispering. Others looked at each other with wide, terrified eyes. But this was not where our story begins. No. To understand this moment, we must go back. Back 3 months. Back to when the Galactic Council made their biggest mistake. 3 months earlier, the Galactic Council ruled the galaxy. For 10,000 years, they controlled over 500 alien species. Their word was law. Their power was absolute. No one dared to challenge them. Then came the humans. Earth joined the galactic community only 2 years ago. The Council watched these strange creatures with curiosity. Humans were different. They came from a harsh world, a dangerous planet. But they seemed small, weak. Their technology was primitive compared to the great alien empires. The Council decided humans needed to learn their place. Council leader. Zarnok sat on his crystal throne. Around him, 50 of the galaxy's most powerful aliens waited. Today, they would discuss the human problem. "These humans are becoming too bold," Zarnok said. His voice was cold. "They refuse to follow our trade laws. They question our decisions. They speak of freedom and rights." Ambassador Crethal nodded. Her blue skin glowed with anger. "They are like children. They do not understand how the galaxy works. We must teach them a lesson. What do you suggest?" Another council member asked. Zarnok smiled. It was not a kind smile. "The humans have a mining colony, far from Earth. On planet Kepler 442b, 50,000 humans live there, mining resources, building their little farms. So?" Crethal asked. "So, we make it disappear." The room went silent. Then slowly, one by one, the council members nodded. Yes, a perfect lesson. Destroy one small colony. The humans would learn to obey. They would beg for mercy. They would fall in line like all the others. "Send Battlefleet 3, Zarnok commanded. "Make it quick. Make it clean. Leave no survivors." 2 weeks later, the attack came at dawn. Kepler 442b never saw it coming. 12 massive alien warships appeared in orbit. Their weapons charged. Their shields glowed with deadly energy. The human colonists looked up at the sky. They saw death coming. Some tried to run. Some tried to call for help. But it was too late. The alien ships fired. Bright beams of energy tore through the colony. Buildings exploded. The ground shook. Fire spread across the settlement like a wave. In 15 minutes, it was over. 50,000 humans were dead. The colony was ash and smoke. Nothing remained. The alien fleet commander sent his report back to the council. "Mission complete. The human colony is destroyed. Total casualties, all of them, awaiting further orders." The Galactic Council celebrated. They had sent their message. Now the humans would learn. Now Earth would bow down and obey. They waited for Earth to respond. They expected begging, crying, pleading for peace, but Earth said nothing. Days passed, then weeks. Earth was completely silent. No messages, no calls, no ambassadors. The human embassy on the Council homeworld closed. Every human diplomat left. Every human ship in alien space turned around and went home. "What are they doing?" Crethal asked. She felt uneasy now. This was not the response they expected. "They are afraid," Zarnok said. But even he sounded uncertain. "Give them time. They will come crawling back." But they did not come back. Instead, 1 month after the attack, the Council received a message. Just one message. From Earth it was short. Only 7 words. "You have made a grave mistake." That was all. Zarnok laughed when he read it. Empty threats. What can these primitive humans do to us? 2 months later, the reports started coming in. Strange reports. Disturbing reports. A trading ship disappeared near the Andromeda border. Gone. No distress signal. No debris, just gone. Then another ship vanished. Then 3 more. Then a small military outpost went dark. 20 soldiers. All missing. The Council sent investigators. They found nothing. No bodies, no weapons. No clues. More reports arrived every day. Ships vanishing. Bases going silent. Patrols never returning home. And now, council members were starting to whisper a terrible question. Were the humans doing this? Impossible, Zarnok kept saying. Humans were weak. They had small ships, old weapons. They could never. Then Battlefleet 7 disappeared. 5,000 warships. The council's third largest fleet. They were on patrol near human space. They sent one last message. Unknown contacts approaching. Multiple human signatures. Preparing to... Then silence. Ambassador Vexthor stood before the council, his body shaking. We sent scouts to investigate. They found the debris. 5,000 ships destroyed, torn apart. And in the wreckage they found a message. What message? Zarnok demanded. Vexthor's voice was barely a whisper. It said, "This is only the beginning." The great chamber fell silent. For the first time in 10,000 years, the Galactic Council felt something they had never felt before. Fear. Somewhere in the darkness of space, the humans were coming, and they were not coming to talk. The silent hunters, previously on humanity's retaliation. The Galactic Council destroyed a human colony, killing 50,000 innocent people. They expected Earth to beg for mercy. Instead, Earth went silent. Now alien ships are disappearing across the galaxy. Battlefleet 7, 5,000 warships, vanished without a trace. The Council is starting to realize something terrifying. They are not hunting the humans. The humans are hunting them. The conference room was cold, too cold. But Ambassador Crethal was sweating. She stood before a holographic map of the galaxy. Red dots covered it like a disease. Each red dot was a missing ship, a silent base. A vanished patrol. How many? Council leader Zarnok asked. His voice was tight. In the last 3 weeks, Crethal touched the display. More red dots appeared. 247 ships, 18 military outposts, 6 supply stations. Over 30,000 of our people gone. Gone where? Another council member demanded. Crethal closed her eyes. We do not know. The room erupted in angry voices. Aliens shouted at each other. Some demanded action. Others called for retreat. Fear filled the air like smoke. Zarnok slammed his hand down. Silence! Everyone stopped talking. We are the Galactic Council, Zarnok said slowly. We have ruled for 10,000 years. We will not be intimidated by a species that just learned how to travel between stars. Send out more fleets. Find these humans. Destroy them. But even as he spoke, Zarnok felt something cold in his chest. Something he had never felt before. Doubt. The ghost ship's captain, Zelvan of the warship Eternal Glory, was a veteran soldier. He had fought in 30 battles. He feared nothing until tonight. His ship patrolled the outer edge of Council space. A routine mission, boring, safe, or so he thought. Captain, his sensor officer called out, I'm detecting something strange. What is it? I'm not sure. The readings keep changing. It's like something is there but not there. Sylvan frowned. Run a full diagnostic. Check for equipment malfunction. Already did, sir. Equipment is fine. But the readings, the lights went out. Complete darkness filled the bridge. Emergency systems should have activated. They did not. What's happening? Zelvan shouted. Then through the windows, he saw it. A ship. A human ship. It emerged from the darkness like a ghost. No lights, no heat signature. No energy readings. It was there, but their sensors showed nothing. How was that possible? Battle stations. Zelvan screamed. All weapons. The human ship fired. But these were not normal weapons. The shots were precise, surgical. They hit the Eternal Glory's engines, then the weapon systems, then the communication array. In 10 seconds, Zelvan's mighty warship was helpless, floating, dead in space. The human ship came closer. Zelvan could see it clearly now. It was smaller than his ship, sleeker, built for speed and stealth. A voice came over the emergency channel. A human voice, calm, cold. Attention Council vessel, you have 2 choices. Surrender now or die. You have 30 seconds to decide. Zelvan's crew looked at him, waiting, hoping. He had fought in 30 battles. He had never surrendered, but he had also never felt this kind of fear. His voice cracked. We surrender. Smart choice, the human voice said. Prepare to be boarded. The Council learns the truth. 3 days later, Captain Zelvan sat before the Galactic Council. He was the only survivor they had found, the only one willing to talk. "Tell us everything," Zarnok commanded. Zelvan's hands shook as he spoke. "They came from nowhere. Our sensors detected nothing until it was too late. Their ship was invisible to our technology." "Impossible," Crethal said. "We have the best sensors in the galaxy." "I know what I saw," Zelvan shouted. "Then quieter. I know what I saw. They disabled our ship in seconds. Not destroyed, disabled. Every shot was perfect. They knew exactly where to hit us." "What happened next?" Zarnok asked. "They boarded us, 20 human soldiers. They wore black armor, moved like shadows. My crew tried to fight back. We outnumbered them 5-1. Zelvan paused. His eyes looked distant, haunted. It did not matter. They moved through our ship like predators. Every move was planned. Every shot was precise. In 10 minutes, my entire crew was captured or dead. Not one human was injured. Not one. The council chamber was silent. They took my crew as prisoners, Zelvan continued. They took our ship's computer core, all our data, everything. Then they left me behind with a message. "What message?" Zarnok demanded. Zelvan looked directly at the council leader. "They said, 'Tell your masters that this is what mercy looks like. Next time, there will be no survivors.'" The predator species late that night, Crethal found Zarnok alone in his chamber. The council leader stood by the window staring at the stars. "We made a mistake," Crethal said softly. "We are the council. We do not make mistakes. Then what do you call this?" She gestured at a datapad. 300 ships lost now. 23 bases destroyed. And we have not killed a single human. Zarnok said nothing. Crethal continued. "I have been studying Earth, their history. Do you know what I learned?" "What?" "Earth is a death world. The gravity is stronger than most planets. The weather is violent. Diseases are everywhere. And the predators," she shuddered. "The predators on Earth are nightmare creatures, bears, lions, sharks. Humans evolved alongside these monsters." So humans are not prey, Zarnok. They never were. We thought they were weak because they are new to space. But on their own planet, they are apex predators. The top of the food chain." Zarnok turned to face her. "What are you saying?" "I am saying we did not start a war with a weak species. We started a war with a species that has been fighting and killing for millions of years. They know war. They breathe war. And now," her voice dropped to a whisper, "now they are hunting us." Before Zarnok could respond, alarms blared throughout the building. A guard burst into the room. "Council leader, emergency. It's Fortress Valdrine. Fortress Valdrine, the council's greatest military stronghold. 50,000 soldiers, massive weapons, impenetrable shields. What about it?" Zarnok demanded. The guard's face was pale. "It's gone, sir. The entire fortress. We just lost contact. No distress signal. No warning. 1 minute it was there. The next, silence." Crethal pulled up a communication screen. She tried to contact the fortress, nothing, just static. Then a message appeared. Text only, short. "Terrible. This is only the beginning. Humanity." Zarnok felt his legs weaken. He grabbed the table for support. Crethal looked at him with wide eyes. "What have we done?" Across the galaxy, in the darkness between stars, human ships moved silently, like sharks in deep water. Like wolves in the night, the hunt had only just begun. And the Galactic Council was learning a painful lesson. When you attack humanity, you do not fight an army, you fight a species that has survived 10,000 years of war against itself. You fight creatures who learned to kill before they learned to dream. You fight predators who smile before they strike. The Council had wanted to teach humanity a lesson. Instead, they were learning one. The war machine awakens previously on humanity's retaliation. The Galactic Council's forces are being destroyed across the galaxy. Human ghost ships strike without warning and vanish like shadows. Captain Zelvan survived an attack and revealed the terrifying truth. Humans are apex predators, born on a death world, masters of war. The Council's greatest fortress, Valdrine, has fallen silent. Now the Council faces their darkest hour. The emergency session began at midnight. Every council member was present. All 50 of them. Their faces showed the same emotion. Terror. Council leader Zarnok stood at the center of the chamber. He looked older now, tired. But his voice was still strong. "Enough running. Enough hiding. The humans think they can frighten us. They are wrong. We are the Galactic Council. We have ruled for 10,000 years. Today we end this. Ambassador Crethal stood up. End this how? We have lost 400 ships, 30 military bases, over 60,000 soldiers. And we have not even seen their main fleet. Because we have been fighting small battles. Zarnok said. Scattered forces, divided strength. That ends now. We gather everything. Every ship, every weapon, every soldier. We build the greatest armada the galaxy has ever seen. And we take it straight to Earth. The chamber exploded with voices. Some aliens agreed. Others protested. But slowly, one by one, they all nodded. Yes, one final battle. One massive fleet. Overwhelming force. They would crush humanity once and for all. The greatest armada. It took 2 weeks to assemble the fleet. Ships came from every corner of Council space. Massive dreadnoughts, fast destroyers, carrier ships filled with fighters, supply vessels, command cruisers. The fleet gathered at the Nexus Point, a staging area far from Earth. Ambassador Crethal stood on the bridge of the flagship Infinite Justice. Through the windows, she watched the fleet assemble. Thousands of ships, then tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. How many? She asked the fleet coordinator. Final count. 1,200,000 vessels, Ambassador. Crethal felt her breath catch. Over 1 million ships, the largest fleet in galactic history. Surely this would be enough. It had to be enough. Supreme Admiral Vokhtar entered the bridge. He was the Council's greatest military commander. He had never lost a battle. The fleet is ready, Vokhtar announced. His voice was confident. The humans cannot stand against this force. Nothing can. Let us hope you're right, Crethal said quietly. Vokhtar smiled. Hope is not necessary, Ambassador. We have numbers. We have firepower. We have experience. The humans are clever, yes, but cleverness cannot defeat overwhelming power. The order was given. The great armada began moving. Toward Earth, it would take 3 days to reach the human home system. 3 days until the war ended, or so they thought. The approach day one of the journey passed quietly. Too quietly. Where are the human ships? Vokhtar asked his officers. Why are they not attacking us? Unknown, Admiral. Our scouts report no human activity along our route. They must know we are coming. Perhaps they are retreating, preparing to defend their homeworld. Vokhtar nodded. That made sense. Let them hide on Earth. It would not save them. Day 2 brought more silence. The massive fleet moved through space like a dark cloud. Still no human ships appeared. Crethal felt uneasy. This was wrong. The humans had been so aggressive before. Always attacking. Always hunting. No, nothing. On day 3 they reached the edge of Earth's solar system. All ships, battle formation. Vokhtar commanded. Weapons ready. Shields at maximum. The fleet arranged itself. A wall of steel and energy stretching across space. Beautiful. Terrifying. Unstoppable. Admiral, a sensor officer called out. I'm detecting something. What is it? I don't know. The readings are strange. There's something ahead of us. Lots of somethings, but they're not moving. Show me. The main screen activated. It showed the space between them and Earth. Vokhtar's confident smile disappeared. Crethal felt ice in her veins. By the ancient stars, someone whispered. The impossible defense. They had expected to find Earth, defended by a few hundred ships, maybe a few thousand at most. What they found was impossible. Space around Earth was filled with structures, massive defense stations, thousands of them, each one the size of a small moon, bristling with weapons. Covered in armor, between the stations floated weapons platforms, millions of them, automated guns, missile pods, energy cannons. They formed a wall around the entire solar system, and behind this wall of metal and fire was the human fleet. Vokhtar tried to count them. His computer tried to count them. The number kept growing. 100,000 ships, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. The counting stopped. There were too many ships to count accurately. How? Crethal whispered. How is this possible? 2 years ago they barely had a space program. How do they have this? A communication signal came through. A human voice, male, calm, almost amused. Attention Galactic Council fleet. This is Admiral Chen of the Earth Defense Force. Welcome to our home system. I hope you like what we've done with the place. Vokhtar found his voice. This is Supreme Admiral Vokhtar of the Galactic Council. You are severely outnumbered. Surrender now, and we will show mercy. Laughter came through the speakers. Not just Admiral Chen, multiple humans, laughing. Outnumbered? Chen said, Admiral, let me explain something to you. What you see here, these defense stations, these weapons platforms, this fleet, we built all of this in the last 20 years. Impossible, Vokhtar said. You thought we were primitive, Chen continued. You thought we were weak. You made a very simple mistake, Admiral. You assumed we told you everything about ourselves. A new screen appeared. Data, information, technical specifications. Krethal read it and felt her heart sink. 20 years ago, Chen explained, Earth detected the Galactic Council. We watched you. We studied you. We saw how you treated other species, how you bullied them, controlled them. We knew that one day you would come for us. So we prepared. We built factories on every planet in our system, on every moon, on every asteroid. We worked day and night. We created weapons, ships, defense systems, all in secret. Vokhtar's face showed disbelief. You prepared for war? For 20 years. Admiral, humanity has been at war for our entire existence. We fought each other for thousands of years. We learned strategy, tactics, deception, and most importantly, Chen's voice became cold. We learned how to kill efficiently. The truth revealed. Another human voice joined the communication female older authority. In every word, this is President Sarah Mitchell of United Earth. Let me be very clear about our situation. You came here to punish us, to teach us a lesson. You destroyed our colony, killed 50,000 of our people, men, women, children. The fleet was silent. You did this to make us afraid. President Mitchell continued, to make us obey. But you made one critical error. You assumed we would react like the other species you have bullied. We are not like them. Humans do not fear predators, Council. We are the predators. We came from a world that tried to kill us every day. We fought diseases that should have destroyed us. We survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts. We climbed to the top of the food chain by being more ruthless, more adaptable, and more determined than anything else on our planet. Krethal closed her eyes. She had tried to warn Zanuck. He had not listened. You wanted to teach us a lesson, Mitchell said. Instead, you gave us exactly what we needed, an excuse. For 20 years, we built this fleet in secret, but we could not use it. We could not attack you first. That would make us the villains. But then you attacked us. You killed our people. You gave us justification. Admiral Chen's voice returned. So thank you, Council. Thank you for making this easy. Now everyone in the galaxy will know you attacked us first. We are simply defending ourselves. Vokhtar tried to speak. We can negotiate. No, Chen said simply. You wanted a war. Now you have one. Battle station's red lights flooded the Council flagship. Multiple target locks. The sensor officer screamed. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands. The human defense stations activated. Energy signatures blazed like stars. Weapons charged. Missile pods opened. Admiral Chen's voice was the last thing they heard before the shooting started. You came here with 1 million ships, Admiral. You thought that was impressive. Let me show you what real power looks like. The human weapons fired. Space turned white with energy. The battle for Earth had begun. And the Galactic Council was about to learn why you should never, ever attack a species that evolved by learning how to wage war against itself. The new galactic order previously. On humanity's retaliation. The Galactic Council assembled the largest fleet in history, over 1 million ships, to crush humanity. But when they arrived at Earth, they found the impossible. Humanity had been preparing for 20 years. Millions of ships, thousands of defense stations, weapons beyond counting. The Council realized too late they had been trapped. Now the battle begins, and the galaxy will never be the same. The first volley was devastating. Human weapons platforms fired simultaneously. Millions of energy beams crossed space like threads of light. They struck the Council fleet with surgical precision. Ships exploded. Shields collapsed. Entire sections of the Armada went dark. Supreme Admiral Vokhtar gripped his command chair. Return fire! All ships return fire! The Council fleet responded. Hundreds of thousands of weapons unleashed their fury. Energy blasts, missiles, plasma torpedoes. But the human defenses held. Those massive stations around Earth absorbed the attacks. Their shields flickered but did not break. Their armor was impossibly thick. How are their shields so strong? Vokhtar shouted, "Unknown Admiral!" Our weapons are having minimal effect. On the human flagship, Admiral Chen watched the battle calmly. Deploy fighter wings. Authorization code Sierra 79er. Across the human fleet, hangar bays opened. Thousands of small fighters poured out like angry insects. But these were not normal fighters. They moved too fast, turned too sharply, accelerated impossibly quick. "What kind of ships are those?" Krethal whispered, watching from the Council flagship. An officer checked his scanner. "They have no life signs. They're automated. Artificial intelligence controlled." Krethal felt cold realization. Drones. They're all drones. The human drone fighters swarmed through the Council fleet. Each one moved with perfect precision. No fear, no hesitation, no mistakes. They targeted weak points, engine sections, shield generators, communication arrays. Council ships fell by the dozens, then by the hundreds. "We are losing ships too fast," an officer reported. "Casualties are... I can see the casualties." Vokhtar roared. He turned to his communication officer. "Send message to all fleet commanders. Execute Tactic Omega-7. Full assault. Break through their lines." It was a desperate move. Sacrifice thousands of ships to punch through the defenses. Get close enough to strike Earth directly. The Council fleet surged forward. The trap springs. The human defense stations stopped firing. For a moment, silence filled space. The Council ships advanced, thinking they had found a weakness. Admiral Chen smiled. They took the bait. Activate Phase 2. Suddenly, space itself seemed to change. The area behind the Council fleet lit up with new contacts. Thousands of them. "Tens of thousands, Admiral!" a Council officer screamed. "New contacts behind us! They just appeared from nowhere." "That's impossible." Our sensors showed nothing, but it was not impossible. The human ships had been there all along, hidden, waiting, using stealth technology beyond anything the Council had seen. Now they revealed themselves. The Council fleet was surrounded. Trapped between Earth's defenses ahead and the human armada behind. Vokhtar's face went pale. "It was a trap, all of it. They wanted us to come here." Admiral Chen's voice came over the communication channel.
"Correct, Admiral."
"We knew you would gather your full strength. We knew your pride would not let you retreat. So we let you come. And now you are in our home, our territory, our killing ground. All ships," Chen commanded his fleet. "Fire at will." The slaughter, what happened next, was not a battle, it was a massacre. The human fleet attacked from behind. The defense stations fired from ahead. The drone fighters struck from every angle. Council ships tried to fight back. But they were disorganized, panicked, confused. Human weapons found their marks again and again. Each shot was calculated. Each strike was precise. The Council had superior numbers. But numbers meant nothing when your enemy fought with perfect coordination. Krethal watched ships explode on her screen. "We have to retreat. Order the fleet to—" "No!" Vokhtar shouted. "We do not retreat. We are the Galactic Council. We do not lose." But they were losing. In the first hour, the Council lost 100,000 ships. In the second hour, 200,000 more. The Great Armada was being destroyed. Finally, Vokhtar's pride broke. "All ships, retreat, fall back, get us out of here." But when the Council fleet tried to run, they discovered another horror. The human ships were faster, much faster. Council vessels fled in every direction. But human ships chased them down, hunted them, destroyed them. Some Council ships managed to escape. They jumped to faster than light speed and fled into the galaxy. But most did not make it. By the end of the day, the greatest fleet in galactic history was gone. Over 800,000 Council ships destroyed. The human fleet had lost less than 10,000. It was the most one-sided battle in recorded history. The surrender 3 days later. The human fleet arrived at the Council homeworld. The planet's defenders watched in horror as millions of human ships surrounded their world. Defense stations, command ships, destroyers, carriers. But the humans did not attack. Instead, they waited. On the Council homeworld in the Great Chamber, the 50 Council members gathered. They looked broken. defeated. Zarnok sat on his throne, but he no longer looked like a leader. He looked like an old, tired alien who had made a terrible mistake. "What do we do?" one council member asked. "We have no choice," Crethal said quietly. "We surrender. Never," Zarnok shouted. "We are the council. We do not bow to primitives. We—" "Enough, Zarnok." The voice came from the chamber entrance. An old council member walked in. Elder Tharin. She had been on the council for 300 years. She had seen empires rise and fall. "You have destroyed us," Tharin said to Zarnok. "Your pride, your arrogance. You started a war we could not win, and now we must face the consequences." "I will not surrender," Zarnok said. "Then you will die alone," Tharin replied. She turned to the other council members. "I vote to surrender. All in favor?" One by one, 48 council members raised their hands. Only Zarnok refused. Tharin looked at him sadly. "You are outvoted. Guards, remove him." Security forces entered. Zarnok tried to resist, but they dragged him away. His screams echoed through the chamber. Elder Tharin took the leader's position. She activated the communication system. "This is Elder Tharin of the Galactic Council. We wish to speak with humanity's representatives, the ambassador." The next day, a single human ship landed on the council homeworld. Ambassador James Morrison stepped out. He was 50 years old, gray hair, simple suit. He carried no weapons, but behind him, visible in orbit, was the entire human fleet, a constant reminder of humanity's power. Morrison entered the council chamber. The 50 members watched him nervously. He walked to the center of the room, looked around, then spoke. "Hello, my name is James Morrison. I represent United Earth and all of humanity. You asked to talk, so let's talk." Elder Tharin stood. "Ambassador Morrison, we wish to negotiate peace terms." "Peace?" Morrison raised an eyebrow. "That's interesting. You destroyed our colony, killed 50,000 of our people, started a war, and now you want peace?" "We made a mistake," Tharin said. "We were wrong." "We admit this." Morrison nodded slowly. "Yes, you were wrong. But it's more than that, isn't it?" He pulled out a data device, activated it. Holographic screens appeared around the chamber. "For the past 3 months," Morrison said, "while we were fighting you, we were also doing something else. We were hacking your systems, breaking your codes, accessing your files." The screens showed documents, records, secret communications. "We found everything," Morrison continued. "Every crime, every abuse of power, every species you destroyed or enslaved, every planet you stripped of resources, every time you lied, cheated, or murdered your way to control." The council members looked at each other in panic. 247 species, Morrison said coldly. "That's how many civilizations you have destroyed over the centuries. Entire races gone because they would not obey you. You built the council on lies, on fear, on violence, and you called it peace." The ultimatum, Elder Tharin's voice shook. What do you want from us?" Morrison's expression hardened. "I want justice. We have 2 options here. Option 1, we destroy you. We have the power. We have the justification. We could turn this planet to ash, and most of the galaxy would thank us for it." Silence filled the chamber. "But we won't do that," Morrison said, "because we are not like you. We do not seek revenge. We seek something better. Option 2, you surrender completely. The Galactic Council is dissolved. Every council member steps down from power. You will face trial for your crimes. Those who are guilty of murder will be punished. Those who enabled these crimes will answer for their actions. And then we build something new." Tharin stared at him. "What do you mean?" Morrison gestured to the screens. "A real council, one where every species has an equal voice, where decisions are made fairly, where power is limited, where no one race can dominate the others. We will call it the Galactic Union, and it will be based on the principles that humanity learned over thousands of years of mistakes, freedom, justice, equality, the rule of law." Ambassador Crethal stood up. "And if we refuse?" Morrison looked directly at her. "Then we will dismantle your empire piece by piece. We will free every species you control. We will expose every crime you committed. And we will make sure the galaxy knows exactly what you are." He paused. "But I don't think you'll refuse. Because deep down you know we're right. You know the old way was wrong. And you know this is your only chance at redemption." The Vote Elder Theron looked at the other council members. She saw fear in their eyes, but also something else, relief. Many of them had never wanted this system. They had been trapped by tradition, by the old ways, by leaders like Zarnok, who refused to change. Now they had a way out. "I vote yes," Theron said. "I accept humanity's terms." One by one, the other council members voted. 49 votes for yes, only 1 vote for no, from Zarnok's empty chair. Morrison nodded. "Then it is done. The Galactic Council is dissolved. The Galactic Union will take its place. All species will be represented. All voices will be heard. And humanity?" Crethal asked. "What role will you play?" Morrison smiled slightly. "We will be members. Just like everyone else. We don't want to rule the galaxy. We just want to make sure no one else rules it either." The New Dawn, 6 months later, the first meeting of the Galactic Union took place. Representatives from 500 species gathered. Not rulers or dictators, elected officials, chosen by their people. The chamber was filled with voices, arguments, debates, but also hope. Ambassador Morrison stood on Earth watching the broadcast. President Mitchell joined him. "Do you think it will work?" she asked. "I don't know," Morrison admitted. "Democracy is messy, complicated, difficult, but it's better than the alternative." "What about the council members?" "The trials? 52 were found guilty of crimes against sentient life. They're serving sentences. The others were released. Some are even helping build the new system." Mitchell nodded, then asked the question that had been bothering her. "James, do you think we did the right thing, going to war?" Morrison was quiet for a moment. "They killed 50,000 of our people. They would have killed more. Someone had to stop them, but war should never be the first choice. We prepared for it. We expected it, maybe. Maybe that made it inevitable. So what do we do now?" Morrison looked at the stars. "Now we prove that the galaxy can be better. That power doesn't have to corrupt. That strong nations can be good nations. And if we fail, then we become what we destroyed." In the depths of space, far beyond the known galaxy, sensors detected the human victory. Ancient machines awakened. Old enemies took notice. A new message was sent across the dark void. The humans have revealed themselves. They are powerful, dangerous. We must learn more about them. But that was a problem for another day. For now, the galaxy was at peace, a fragile peace, an uncertain peace, but peace nonetheless. And in the halls where the Galactic Council once ruled with fear, a new voice echoed. The voice of democracy, the voice of hope, the voice of a galaxy finally free. Humanity had sent their message. Not with words, but with actions. We will not be victims. We will not be slaves. We will not bow to tyrants. And if you threaten us, if you harm us, if you make us your enemy, we will show you why Earth's greatest predators are not the lions, the sharks, or the bears. They are us, the end.